Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I want to talk to you about why you should choose the Xbox ecosystem over the PlayStation 5 for all your gaming needs. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now this video has been a couple years in the making. Some things have had to happen. There's just had to have been some things, some reasons to bring me to this point to where I ultimately recommend Xbox over PlayStation. Now we're not gonna do a whole lot of kicking PlayStation during this, but there are some things that happened just recently that they can really help me shed some light on some of the frustrations with the PlayStation ecosystem in comparison to Xbox. So, first of all, I want you to understand that Xbox is literally built for everyone. You have people that can still play on an Xbox One utilizing cloud gaming, which is, xCloud, to be able to get in there and actually play the next gen first party Xbox games, and basically anything that's on Game Pass, even if it's a next gen game or not, it will be running on the Xbox Blade server blades or whatever. So you'll be able to utilize that and still play next gen games, even if you're stuck in the Xbox One generation. If you just can't afford to come up with the money to get the new console, and the fact that Xbox did make it possible by providing a cheaper version, a cut down cheaper version of the Xbox platform with the Xbox Series S. Let me go ahead and just unplug that so I can kind of show this one to you as well. Let me get these plugs out of it and bring that up. This is the Xbox Series S. Now, there is a new version coming out very soon. This is going to have a 1 terabyte hard drive in there. It's going to be $50 more than the base cost at $300, and it will also there's no other changes from that, but it will be black. Like, the whole finish on the whole thing will be black, and that is more consumer friendly, to be able to do that and to not really raise the price too high on that, giving you a terabyte of storage. That brings it in line with the Xbox Series X. This is my launch Xbox Series X, and this came with the 1 terabyte. As you can see, very cool looking design. Like, I really like this thing. It basically fits literally anywhere I need it to. And I'm just able to be able to get to it. It's an easy process. Like, it's really cool. I like the shape of it. I like the form factor of both the Xbox Series X. And then, that kind of brings me to another point, that you can even invest in a PC and still be able to utilize the Xbox store to play Xbox games. You can buy your game on the Xbox One and still play it on the PC with smart access, with smart delivery. You'll be able to play that across all of those platforms. And then if you really want to know just how I came to this, like, one of the things that happened that kind of just brought me to this, like, Xbox really is just built for everybody. The ROG Ally. I bought the ROG Ally for Junior for his birthday. And the fact that we can get in there, download our Xbox games on an open platform. I mean, this is PC. This is basically PC, a handheld PC. But the fact that I can still do smart access and have my save files come right from my Xbox where I started playing it right over to my ROG Ally, that's incredible. Like, you cannot beat that freaking value anywhere in the gaming sphere aside from PC only. That's the only way you're going to be able to access that. Now, let's go ahead and talk about, you've seen all the different products. You can also use a phone. You can also use a tablet. You can use xCloud to be able to... what I'm getting at is the whole ecosystem for Xbox is just so open, and there's so many options and so many ways for you to take delivery for those specific games. And and that just goes for Xbox. That doesn't just go for Xbox first party games. There are select titles that do come to Play Anywhere that you can play on your PC, you can play on your consoles, you can play it on your ROG Ally handheld if that's what you want to do. The Xbox ecosystem is just, now it would be really cool if Xbox would bring out like a ROG Ally that has the same power as that, and you'd be able to download either the Xbox ones or the PC ones and be able to run those. That would be pretty cool. I would like them to do that. But if you already have options like that to where you can go out and invest that money and be able to utilize that platform and that technology to play your Xbox games, that's incredible. And this is where we're going to take our first dig at PlayStation. When it comes to PlayStation first party games, I feel closed off. I do. I feel closed off. I just got done playing the amazing Final Fantasy 16, and it was locked to my PlayStation 5. I didn't even have the option to get this at launch the day it came out on my PC platform, where it would have been a significantly better experience to be able to play that at a higher refresh rate, a stable high refresh rate with the visuals kind of just cranked up, and that would have been incredible. That would have been incredible to be able to do that and not have to stay confined in the console space for that. And not only that, when it comes to PC, I would have to buy a second copy. And thank you, Square Enix, for providing that review code. It makes it a lot easier for me to have to buy the PC version when that comes out, so I can cover that again on PC. But that right there, just the fact that you are locked into just the fact that you're locked into that ecosystem over on PlayStation, and you don't really have a way out or a way forward. Like the PlayStation wall stops right there, and then you move some distance, and then boom, there you go. The PlayStation or the PlayStation PC starts as well. So then you've got that time in between, not being able to play that game at launch, but then you have to buy it again on the PC at a later date, and your save, nothing transfers over. You have to start again. And I did that with Spider-Man. I've done that with Last of Us. I've done that with so many PlayStation games that it's just getting to the point where it's like, gosh dang, man, I love Xbox even more for them giving me day and date a free copy of the games that I buy on their ecosystem, that I buy on their platform. That is incredible. And I've gotten multiple third-party games as well. Another thing that I want to talk about, we've talked about xCloud. Now I want to talk about Game Pass and the value that Game Pass brings to gamers. And like I've said, the theme of this is pretty much Xbox is built for everyone. For everyone. It doesn't matter who you are. It's built for you, and there is an option. Now, Game Pass is what Game Pass offers is unlike anything we've ever had in the gaming sphere before. You get to play those games day and date, just like anybody else, just like everybody else, in your subscription. Now, the thing that sets Game Pass apart from other services out there is say, hey man, I don't have the money to go out and buy a console, or I only have enough money to buy the console, but I can also still have access to every single one of the Xbox first party games day and date, plus a ton of other third party games that are delivered to you in your subscription service every month for the low price of, I think it's up to like $16.99 now, which is still a good price, still a significantly better price than not having than having to pay $70 for a game. So all of the games and all of the value that you get with that is really incredible. And it just goes to show that Xbox is willing to open up their ecosystem. Now, we've heard a lot of fans on the other side talking about Xbox going third party. And technically they are third party on everything else but Nintendo and PlayStation. So yeah, like the fact that you are not locked into a little thing, it's like, oh my gosh, it's mind-blowing. But let me stress this one thing when it comes to the Xbox platform and being able to get a copy like Play Anywhere. On Play Anywhere with PC, you don't ever have to really worry too much about backward compatibility. You put in a new graphics card, new CPU, and boom, there you go. You get to max things out even more. So you don't ever have to worry about your collection. And in this digital age of like games going digital and stuff, it makes it so much easier. And it's so much easier for Xbox to just blur the lines and be able to provide you your favorite content and your favorite games at no extra cost to them. They just, you buy the game once and you don't have to buy it again. I can't stress that enough. If you buy it on an Xbox One, because this is when it started, you know, when their first game, if you bought Quantum Break on your Xbox One as the very first Play Anywhere title, it moves forward with you. On your Xbox, on your Xbox Series console, on your PC, on your ROG Ally, wherever you can play that game, you can stream it through xCloud. It doesn't matter. You will have access to that specific title after you've bought that. Other platforms like Ubisoft Plus is now available as a subscription service on the Xbox platform as well. It's not, I don't think it's on PlayStation yet, or it's not coming to PlayStation. Maybe it is. But the fact that you can now pay a subscription price for Ubisoft Plus and have access to all of their games, all of their DLC, everything is included in that. I play a lot of Ubisoft games. Most of the time I buy my Ubisoft games day and date, so I've never really had a need for it, but I do from time to time pay for it on PC so that I can play some of those games on the PC platform and test them out. I do the same thing with EA Play. EA Play is on Xbox, but it's not the EA Play Pro that is available on PC, which I'm pretty sure EA is going to be bringing that to console pretty soon too. The good thing about EA Play Pro, you pay $100 and you get access to all their games all year. Everything that comes out that year, you get access to. So if you're paying $70 for Madden, $70 for FIFA, and $70 for freaking Need for Speed or something, them 3 games right there, you get to play all of them for $100. And that is so perfect, especially if you're a sports fan. Getting pulled in, they might not bring it to console just because of their sports games or they're like bread and butter. And if you only had to pay $100 a year to play them all, like, you know what I mean? They might. I mean, it makes sense to me because those games are just so one after another every year. But I do the same thing with my racing games. If there's a racing game like WRC, I buy them every year. So, Xbox Rewards is another amazing thing that you get on the Xbox platform. Now this is not available everywhere. I need to turn those notifications off. They're going to drive me nuts when I'm recording videos, but this isn't available in everywhere. It's available in select countries, but Xbox Rewards is going to give you points just for playing games. For the games you buy, and even if you buy like an Xbox from the Xbox store, you get points for that. And this is another dig at PlayStation. I spent $900 at the first of the year for the DualSense Edge and the PlayStation VR 2, and I didn't get any reward points for either of those at all. I did get reward points for my Xbox Series S that I bought from Microsoft Store, and I did get points for my Xbox Series X that I bought from the Microsoft Store. So it doesn't matter. You get points on the Xbox platform that you can trade in for cashback, basically. You can use that to renew your Game Pass subscription. You can use that to buy things off the Xbox Store and have them delivered straight to your house. Or you can donate those to charities or anything else, and they donate it as a dollar amount. So once you get to a certain point, then for every tier you get to, the prices go down a little bit. So it's like for $10 credit, it's like 9,060 points or something. So it's pretty cool. There usually is like some other kind of sales in there too. Like they'll do like if they're trying to push a game, that game will be in there. You'll get an extra 6,000 points, which is equal to $6. It's like getting a $6 discount. You'll get up to like 6,000 points right there on the spot just for buying that game. But you'll have to get in there and play around with rewards. You'll have to check it from time to time, especially when new games are coming out. They usually put them in there a few weeks before, so that make sure you click on that so that you can receive those points, those extra points, because if you pre-order to buy it without selecting that, then you're not going to get the points. I learned the hard way. I lost 22,000 points for buying a whole bunch of games that were already on, that were buying the games that were already there, that I pre-ordered well in advance of actually clicking the button. So make sure you check that a couple weeks before you're going to buy a game, just so that you know. And give yourself some time. Maybe go back, if it's not there on 2 weeks, then go back in 1 week before launch. Usually it's there, and then you can make your decision. Like, you can cancel the pre-orders, click the button, and then re-pre-order and be able to get that. Another amazing thing that I want to talk about on the Xbox platform, and this is for the people that are out there buying the expensive 4K TVs and all of that stuff, Dolby Vision. You can utilize Dolby Vision on your Xbox Series X and S, and it's incredible. Like, I feel like the Dolby Vision looks a little bit better than HDR10. I just feel like you get more. I feel like you get more granular detail because of the higher with the metadata that gives you actual per pixel freaking color code. So with Dolby Vision, you get all the way up to, what is it, like 12-bit or something. But most of these TVs only have 10-bit, but it still gives you more fine detail. Like, say your character's got like a white shirt on, but there's different shades of gray or white or anything in there. Like, you'll be able to see those actual individual colors with Dolby Vision, where it's just kind of a wash with HDR10. And you'll have people being like, yeah, HDR10 looks incredible, blah, 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 and it's the same. And if you get up close and you look at things, like from far back, you might not be able to tell the difference that well, but if you get a little bit closer, you will start to see that, yes, Dolby Vision does provide better image quality. And you'll have a lot of people out there that are doing analysis for HDR, and those guys are pretty much measuring the brightness and the peak contrast ratios, whereas there's a lot of other things that go into to HDR. At least for me, the thing that I care about most is the color gamut spectrum when it comes to HDR. Like, I like the highlights and the brightness and all of that stuff, but at the same time, it's the more granular detail that you get with Dolby Vision than you get with HDR10. HDR10 just doesn't carry that per frame metadata for it. It's just so variable with when it comes to HDR10 that, like, it looks fine and it works for the most time, but it doesn't switch as fast as Dolby Vision does. And Dolby Vision is freaking incredible. I love it. I think it looks amazing, and I'm so grateful that Xbox brought that to the platform. Better VRR support, which is important. Now, this is another dig at the PlayStation platform. When it comes to VRR support, you take a game like Jedi Survivor. Recently came out, got a shaky performance mode on both platforms, but the lower entry point for the VRR to work on the Xbox means that you get a smoother experience across the board, whereas on the PlayStation 5, you're going to get your VR is going to feel stuttery. It's going to feel stuttery a lot, and you're going to get the screen tearing and all of that fun stuff. But your Xbox gives you that. Now, there is one thing that I don't like a lot about Xbox, is the fact that if you want to put your console in like 1080p or 1440p, you have to lose HDR support for that. But as long as you're okay with 60 FPS, you should be fine. Another thing is Xbox fully supports VRR through HDMI 2.0, which is used on some of your older monitors. So you will even be able to get your HDR support while hooked to a 1440p or 1080p monitor. And the benefit of that is you will get a downsampled image that will look incredible on a 1440p monitor, like literally every time. Another thing that I want to talk about is the high quality backward compatibility. Like, the backward compatibility of Xbox is incredible. Like, you could play games from the very first Xbox generation forward. Not all games, but there's enough of them on there and enough of the most popular titles to make you be like, wow, man, this is cool. This feels like Xbox respects my my purchase in their ecosystem. Whereas with PlayStation, I get PlayStation's thing about just wanting to do generations and move forward and forward, but that kind of creates like a disconnect between you and the products that you buy from PlayStation. And it sucks. It's almost like when a PlayStation platform dies, it dies. Thankfully, we got PS4 backward compatibility with the PlayStation 5, because I think they're starting to, with the age of digital, you have to have that baked in forward backward compatibility, like you have to. And I hope the PlayStation takes it seriously from this point on. Another thing that I want to dig at PlayStation Plus Premium versus Xbox Game Pass. If you're new to PlayStation, fine, it's great. It is a great value. I think it is a very high quality service with a lot of value to it if you are new to the PlayStation platform. But if you're like me, I bought it last year, and I went through the whole year, and I didn't touch it enough to keep it. So I was like, all right, I don't really need this service. I don't play it enough, so I downgraded it a couple weeks before I was supposed to upgrade or pay for another year. So I downgraded it to just regular Essential, because I need Essential just so I could play Gran Turismo 7. Like, I have to have that to play that game, or I can't play that game without internet service. So now I'm stuck paying $60 a year just to play my Gran Turismo 7, which what it is, whatever. I got to pay for my saves on PlayStation anyways. And that's another thing, man. You got to pay for your saves, and it just sucks. It just feels like everything in PlayStation is designed to take money from your pockets, and that's fine, whatever. That's how they want to run their business. That's how they want to treat their customers, especially customers that have been with them since the beginning, like I have. I don't hate PlayStation, but I don't think it's a good enough value all the time for you to spend money on third-party games over there. Like, I don't feel like it is. And for the most part, I buy all my stuff on Xbox because of the whole openness. The openness of the Xbox platform really makes me happy. Like, I get to hang on to my purchases and like be able to admire my investment in that community with my digital collection. I don't have as many worries about that as I do on PlayStation. Like, I just don't. But the one thing is I canceled my PlayStation Plus Premium 2 weeks before I was supposed to renew, and they still charged me for it again. And trying to get a refund from PlayStation, it's almost pointless. It's almost useless. So now my attitude toward PS Plus or PS Plus Premium is going to be even more negative, because because it does not offer me any value whatsoever. I'm not going to stream their games. Like, I don't care to stream their games, especially the old ones. Like, I don't care to stream that stuff. I don't care to. I'm not at a point where, I mean, they don't bring any like new day and date games to it very often. I think we got we've gotten a couple of them, like Stray. I mean, so the value for me to pay $128 a year for that is just not there. It's not there. Essential, whatever, I'll pay for that because I use that, and that gives me 2 free games or whatever, a couple free games a month. And I can play online, so I can play my Gran Turismo, my $70 Gran Turismo game that I bought. I'm able to play that every month. If I just pay $60 a year, I can continue to play that game. So that's pretty cool. I'm grateful for that. But yeah, when it comes down to which ecosystem is better and which one offers the most value long term, I believe it's Xbox. But let's say you're 18 to 25. And you're in that phase of your life as a man where you're putting career and other things and finding a family or building a family or whatever it is you're doing, going to school, whatever. You just have that space in your life where you just don't have the option to either play a lot of games or you're just not interested in it. like if you're that guy, at that time in his life, I do kind of, maybe recommend PlayStation for you. Like I do. Like you can get in there, you can play your game on the weekend, and you can move forward, because it's a one and done. For me, it's like a one and done thing. You get in there, you play the game, and then you just move on. You put it back on the shelf, and you let it sit there until the next one comes out. So that system might actually be perfect for you during that time frame, to be able to continue to help you play games, so that you don't have to give it up. Because I see a lot of the younger guys, especially the ones that I work with, they just don't have the time for the games, and they're all through that age right now. But if you're under that age, under 18 or whatever, still living with your parents, and your parents are buying for you, definitely get an Xbox, because then you can get way more bang for your buck. Because let's face it, you're broke, you don't really have a job, you're not buying your own games, your parents are, and if you want more bang for your buck, I would go with the Xbox. Go with the Xbox. You don't need 4K, you don't need any of that. You just need an Xbox that you could play with your friends, Fortnite, whatever. Get an Xbox. It's simple. You ask mom and dad to give you $15 a month so you can buy your Game Pass, and you're freaking good to go. Well, $17 a month to buy your Game Pass, and you're good to go. On the other hand, if you're older and you're starting to build a collection, and you're actually starting to really have more time for games, I recommend Xbox, because now you're at a point where you could potentially end up just going PC, and then you'd be able to bring your whole collection with you. So my recommendation for Xbox, it really does, take into effect a lot of different factors from like across your whole life to be able to, recommend that to you and for you. You'll have more access to things. You'll have way more freedom. You'll be able to go from a really cool handheld that you can take with you to a big old PC and be able to play your game where you leave off, wherever you go. And that is important. The seamlessness of the Xbox platform is so incredible, it's not even funny. Like, it's not even funny. Like, I just feel like I'm free on Xbox. Like, I can do what I want. When I'm in the PlayStation, it's the loneliest experience on the freaking planet when it comes to video games. Even Nintendo's more open, because you can take your Switch with you on the go. And that feels a little bit more open than being stuck in your place with your PlayStation 5, playing your single player one and done experiences. It's lonely. Trust me, PlayStation is lonely. Why do you think all of the PlayStation fans are over on Twitter all the time? They're always on Twitter. They play their game, or they don't play their game. I mean, like, if you look at Final Fantasy 16, and then they are just right back to Twitter being rude. But Xbox guys are having fun, man. So that's just something that you need to decide. If you want to be number 3, chewing on the freaking thing and chewing on the metal, and because you made it to the podium and getting drunk and grabbing the girl, whatever, that's the Xbox, man. It's a party over here. It's a party over here. It is. It really is a party on Xbox. Whereas PlayStation is, I don't know, man. It's hard. Like, I only turn my PlayStation on when I have an exclusive. I really do. I play on the PC or the Xbox or the Switch. Actually, I play my Switch the least out of everything. Like, literally the least out of everything, the Switch. But there's always that time. I mean, I got like 30 plus hours into Tears of the Kingdom before I was just like, I've had enough of this, man. I just can't do it anymore. Because I seriously will waste hours just doing nothing. Like, literally doing nothing in Zelda, just because there's, like, you can literally do almost anything you want, and I just waste time. So I had to put it aside and move on, because I never beat Breath of the Wild, and I will probably never beat Tears of the Kingdom either. I will tell you, though, that Tears of the Kingdom does seem to have a more linear progress for the story, though. It does feel a little bit more like to the point. So, but there's still a lot of freedom, and I get lost in the freedom very, very easily in that game. So, in closing for this video, I just want you to be able to get the most bang for your buck when it comes to gaming. I want you to be able to play games and enjoy games and not be sitting there worried about like the graphics and all of that stuff. I want you to be able to have forward mobility with it, whatever purchase that you make in the Xbox platform. I want you to be able to still be able to utilize that long term and be able to enjoy that, because a lot of these games are getting to the point where you'll be able to play them for a while. Like, you'll be able to play, like, go back and be like, hey, that doesn't look too bad. I'm going to play that. That's the beauty of it. And then if you're playing it on the PC, it looks even better. So it's like, wow, what a win. What a freaking win for Xbox. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the patience.